up, guys? Welcome to the show. This is Smoke and Ball. So right now, what we're doing is we have Diggs on the line, and he's gonna go over some NFL news and updates and what's going on in the NFL. I'm just here to co-host Diggs. The floor is yours.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy DIG in the building. You feel me? All right. Best team in the league with the Broncos. You already know what it is. Had to put that out there. But let's get on with these top four news that's breaking as of right now. Eagles are trading for a safety. They're trading a safety, Sidney Brown, to the Falcons in a late round pick swap. So basically, what's going to happen is Philly will receive the number 114th overall pick and a sixth round, number 197th overall pick in the 2026 draft from Atlanta in exchange for Sidney Brown's safety for a fourth rounder, number 122, and a sixth rounder, 215. So I don't know what the heck's Eagles going on here. I mean, I don't know what that's going to help them with. This
Right.
draft isn't that good. There's a reason why, the reigning AFC West champs, had traded their first round pick overall this year, number 30, and we did a fourth round swap, and we also gave up a fifth round, and we got Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. So he actually passed his physical. The trade is official. And he's going to be repping number 17 for my Denver Broncos. The next thing in news is the Seattle Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champions, exercised the fifth-year option on JSN, the reigning Offensive Player of the Year. Well-deserved. If he didn't sign that deal, he would be asking for big money come off season next season. So he's well-deserved it. He's going to be roughly making just about $23.852 million. While Devin Witherspoon option is projected to be just about 21.161 million. So both players are going to be a part of this team for another year, and hopefully by the end of this year they have a extension done so they don't have to go to free agency. But God forbid if something doesn't get done and Seahawks mess that up, there's a lot of teams that will be interested in both JSN and Devin Witherspoon.
So
So
now my question is, what do you have for me for the top 10 free agent signings and top 10 trades and trade rumors? Give me all three.
I want to choose 10, honestly. I do top five for each. You know
That's
what I mean?
fine.
Because we're still a little early right now,
Right.
and trades
Whatever
start to
works
ramp
for
up
you.
right when the draft. So I'll do the top five trades in NFL history. Number one, I'll do five to
No,
one.
not
Okay, number
history, like
five.
not like right now.
Yeah, no, in history. Number five, I'd have to say the trade between. Oh, there's a lot of good ones. Hmm.
I'm talking about for this upcoming season, for this off season, not for the history.
For this offseason,
Yes.
I think the trade that probably shocked me more than anything was the DJ Moore trade from the Buffalo Bills. They traded a fifth round and a second round pick for this year for DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears. So, that was one of the issues the Bills had last season. They have a great quarterback, but, when you don't have someone that can catch the ball, it becomes an issue.
Right.
So there's that. Um, Besides that trade, the next trade that kind of, that I was really excited for was, my trade when we got, the wide receiver. Now, the trade that really shocked me that didn't happen was the trade from the Raiders to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. Can you repeat that? My phone had rung. Sorry. All right. I missed the other three.
Which ones do you remember me saying?
Actually just the DJ Moore. Like the phone started ringing after the DJ
Yeah,
Moore.
so DJ Moore, that trade was actually a pretty interesting trade for them to go after him and what they got for him in compensation. DJ Moore is a great wide receiver. And for him to get traded like that from the Bears, you know what I mean? Like that just tells me that there was probably that ego problem in the locker room. You know what I mean? But anywho, besides that trade, I think the trade that didn't happen, Max Crosby, you know what I mean, going to the Ravens.
Yes, he
Didn't pass
pulled
his
out, right?
physical. You know what I mean? And then they pulled out because he didn't pass his physical. You know what I mean? So now he's back with the Raiders, excited, energized, whatnot. But the trade that, I think if anything, that trade brings a lot more speculation coming in these coming years. Not only this year, but the next 2 years, is because Now, so more than ever, you want to make sure that this trade is going to get a lot of fans excited, a lot of fans happy, right? But if they don't pass the physical, the trade's not going through. You know what I mean? So when the Denver Broncos traded for Jalen Waddle, you know what I mean, he had to pass the physical. So we were excited, but now we had that extra room of doubt. Can he pass the physical? He did. So the trade went through officially. You know what I mean? So there's different things that you want to look at when it comes to those kind of trades. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
trade that just happened with the Eagles. You know what I mean? They traded one of their safeties for some picks in the draft. Maybe they see something that, you know, most teams don't see. You know what I mean? From what I see in history, they do make some pretty good draft picks. They did win a Super Bowl 2 years ago. So I will give them where credit is due.
So is that the only free agents that you heard? Is there there's you got two more left maybe? I think.
Yeah, two more. There's two more. The other one would be the trade for running back David Montgomery.
Oh yeah, that was a big trade too. Where did
That
he
was a
go
really
again?
big
I
trade for
forgot.
me. That was a very big trade for me. He got acquired from the Detroit Lions to the Houston Texans.
Texans,
They
that's right.
traded, yeah, they traded him for an offensive lineman, Juice Scruggs, which
And
is
the
a decent
receiver,
offensive
yeah.
lineman.
Hmm.
And they also traded for a 2026 fourth round and a 2027 seventh round. You know what I mean? So they're getting some competition, but that just tells me that hey, Detroit Lions had a problem last season. I think they were the bottom of the league with sacks. You know what I mean? So their quarterback kept getting hit. You know what I mean? And you can't really do anything when your quarterback keeps getting hit.
Under pressure. All right. So what was your last biggest trade news for me?
The last biggest trade is, well, I'm looking at my notes here. Give me a sec. The Justin Fields trade.
Where he go?
He got traded to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, he did go to the Chiefs.
Yes, he went to the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And to see how bad his season was last season and how much money they paid him, 3 year, $75 million deal. He only played 1 year and he got benched half throughout the season. Like he missed like 5, 6 games and he had some due to injury. So altogether, he missed just about half the season, 8 games total. You know what I mean? They were the worst team in the league. Let's be real. Besides the Titans and the Raiders, they were the worst team in the league. So the Justin Fields got traded to the Kansas City Chiefs
Yeah,
with
so
the
that
New
would be
York
a revive
Jets.
for his career if they could coach. I
Yeah, well,
mean,
he got, what I mean, like I said, he's still gonna get that money. It's guaranteed money. I think he got guaranteed 50 million or something like that. So
Andy
he's
Reid's
getting
not a
traded.
bad quarterback coach. You know, I believe
Well,
he's
they
a
traded him.
quarterback whisperer.
This is how like messed up I think the whole thing is they traded him. The New York Jets traded him for a 2027 sixth round pick. You know what I mean? But that tells me like Justin Fields is a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
he was the starting quarterback for the Bears and won a bunch of games for
Game,
them.
he
You
sure
know what I mean?
did.
So like that just tells me, you know, Patrick Mahomes is coming off an ACL injury. Okay. Not many people can come back from that injury and play like they used to.
Right.
All right. So
And he
like for
might not
example,
even start week 1 or week 2. He might need a
yeah,
couple
well,
weeks.
as of right now, according to the Chiefs brass, they say that he's going to be ready to go week one. You know
Wow.
what I mean? But still, you're not going to want to push your franchise
Right.
quarterback, which you're
That's what I
paying
was
a lot of money to.
regardless.
You know what I mean? Travis Kelsey's coming back on a 1 year deal. This is probably his last year. They want to show, hey, listen, we had an off year last season. It was a Super Bowl hangover. We got our ass kicked. We're still willing from that. You know what? But we're back now. But they have to come through Denver. They have to come through, through this what is it? The Chargers and the Raiders if they actually change. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
regardless of who they got, you know what I mean, on the offensive side, you know what I mean. They have to address the quarterback issue, the offensive line. You know what I mean? You
So
have to
let me
get more
ask you
people in
this
there.
onto the free agent trade, not free agents, the trade rumors. Do you have any? Give me your top 5 trade rumors that you think could possibly happen that is buzzing.
Honestly, the trade rumors I think is going to actually be really that would fit both teams would be the Eagles trading AJ Brown, right?
Hmm.
And trading AJ Brown to the fucking to the New York Giants. Because the Giants already have a pretty stacked up squad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, they got a pretty decent wide receiver, neighbors. You know what I mean? But you get one more guy in that room that can actually help. I think that's a pretty good chance that AJ Brown goes to the Giants. because you got John Harbaugh,
I wouldn't mind.
and
I wouldn't mind
and
seeing AJ
John
Brown as a
Harbaugh, he likes to
Packer.
run that. He likes to run that two wide receiver and tight end kind of scheme
Yeah,
where
but
he has the tight end.
I would say, what about the Packers? The Packers, they need a veteran wide receiver. I think there's not a veteran receiver on our team. We don't even have a number one as of yet.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't even
because
have
you
a
guys messed up getting rid of Dobbins.
right.
You guys should have signed him.
So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's a good landing spot for him too. I would think.
I mean, it might be a good landing spot, but you have to understand this too. You have to understand when a team changes, right? When you go to a different team, it's a different playbook. Some teams, some people that get traded, they break out. They have a career season. You know what I mean? Like they can do some stuff. But
I would like that combination. AJ Brown to Jordan Love would not be. I don't think would be bad.
well, come on now. Let's be real. The Giants only signed Calvin Austin III and Isaiah Hodgins, Daryl Mooney, and Gunnar Orlowski.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
they need
they
wide
all
receiver.
signed them to a 1 year deal. Okay, they don't really have that much depth in wide receiver at the moment. Besides Neighbors that went down. That you know what I mean. That he's coming back from an ACL injury as well. So you're like, okay, I got Neighbors, I got a rookie quarterback, or now it's the second year. You got Scattaboo, who's actually recovering from his injury too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got two people that are young, they're hungry, they're excited. You got a pretty freaking good defense. You got John Harbaugh taking over the reins. That's really good with offense.
Right.
Okay, the way I see it happening is if he's smart enough, they got Tyreek Woolen. They signed him to a 1 year, $12 million deal. Okay. And, he's a defending Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? Not Tyreek. That was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
The Giants, they signed the Pinlock. And Pinlock used to be with the Texans, and he led the team with interceptions. You know what I mean? But you also got Greg Newsome. You know what I mean? So you got a decent, secondary that you can actually, do some stuff with. But the thing is like when you go out and you sign a different tight end and you sign a different wide receiver, sometimes the team changes. You know what I mean? You want to be able to exploit that dynamic. You know what I mean? So for me, honestly, yeah, I could see him ending up in Green Bay, but come on now. Green Bay is spending a lot of money this season. Okay, you guys did get Sky Moore. Okay, you guys did get
True.
Sky Moore. He's a former chief. You know what I mean? He could do the job from a But that's the only offensive person besides Sean Ryan that you guys signed. Other than
So
that, you guys got some defensive ends.
we're trying to let's see what about number what do you got for two as far as the trade rumors?
For who?
Trade rumors, we're supposed to be doing top five trade rumors. So you got me one AJ Brown to the Giants. What are some other trade rumors that could be heard around the league? Give me
I could
four
see
more.
Kirk Cousins going to the Raiders.
Kirk Cousin going that is a good fit. This
Kirk
a
Cousins to the
veteran
Raiders.
quarterback
They need to
for
have
the
that
run
veteran quarterback in the room
of
that can
young
train
players.
young blood. You feel me?
Right,
Like you need someone to have in there to trade young blood. You know what I mean?
right.
Like the only thing I thought was hilarious towards actual trade, it wasn't a rumor, and that was the Andy Dalton trade. You know what I mean? He was traded from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a 2027 seventh round pick. Andy Dalton is an old man, and the Eagles getting him, yeah, he has that veteran leadership. He won a bunch of games in Cincinnati, but he always fell short. You know what I mean? Even when he played for the Carolina Panthers, he was a starter. He won some games, but then you want to have that veteran leadership that can help him make the player better. And I think that's what you want, especially if your star quarterback goes down. You want to put someone in there that, hey, listen, this may be the time you need to step up, and you have the experience. We need you. Throw you in the position. So having Kirk Cousins go into the Raiders with the rookie quarterback, which we all know is going to be Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders first overall. You know what I mean? Unless someone pulls off a blockbuster trade and tries to get that first round pick, but I don't really see that many people needing a quarterback right now. You know what I mean? Like your boy Malik Willis, he went to the Dolphins. You know what I mean? The
Yeah, we're
Dolphins
gonna
would
get
be
into the
another.
free. That's what we're
Yeah,
gonna get into after
the
that. We're gonna get
the
into the free
the
agents.
Dolphins would actually make a really good pickup if they got AJ Brown traded for him because they just got rid of Waddle. All right, so you don't have a number one wide receiver.
So what
You
that
got rid of
you
Tyreek
think that's
Hill.
another trade rumor? AJ Brown to the Dolphins as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You got Malik Willis. He's proven himself. He can win games. He was under Jordan Love. You know what I mean? As much as I don't really like Jordan Love that much, just because he chokes when he needs to win games. That's the main reason I don't like Jordan Love. But there's a reason why I'm just a sports fan and not a sports player.
Right. True. All right. So give me two more. You got two more from me that I need, and then I need your top five free agent signings so far. So if you can
Okay.
get two more.
The next one would be what the fuck is his damn name? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. He's a quarterback too. There's another quarterback being traded. Hold on, let me look what his name is. I wrote it down earlier.
You didn't even mention Dobbs getting traded. I'm surprised you didn't mention that in your top
Ooh,
five.
Dobbs. Dobbs never got traded. Dobbs was a free agent.
Oh, he did get signed. You're sure right. See, that's why you're giving the
Anthony
now B.
Richardson, quarterback
Titans. I mean,
for the no,
Colts.
he's for the Colts. I could see him getting traded to the Arizona Cardinals.
Even with Brissett there, or
Yes,
they need a
especially with
backup.
Brissett there. You mean you got to look at that. Brissett earned his job. You know what I mean? Like they got rid of Kyler Murray. Kyler went to the Vikings. You know what I mean? But he signed a 1 year deal with the Vikings. He's still getting paid big money just to be a backup, which is fine. You know what I mean? Make your bed, boo boo. You know what I mean? But the way I look at it is, dude, come on. Daniel Jones has basically took the Indianapolis Colts to another level, and Anthony Richardson was a first round pick. You know what I mean? And being the fact that the Arizona Cardinals have a decent first round pick, there's only one, maybe two quarterbacks in the draft that are worth actually spending a
Spending
draft pick
first
on.
round pick
You know
on.
what I mean? So if I was them, I would trade for Anthony Richardson, get him over to Arizona, have him fucking play for a bit behind Brissett. Brissett fucks up, throw him into the starting position. He has a young wide receiver and a Hall of Famer dad. Okay, he has a Hall of Famer dad in Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is good, just like his daddy was. Okay, you got that type of, you got a great tight end in Terry McBride. You put that
Terry
kid in that, and that,
McBride is a great tight end.
yeah, he's a great tight end. You know what I mean? And he's from Colorado. Shout out to Denver. You know what I mean? But the way I look at it is you put a guy like Anthony Richardson underneath Brissett. Brissett has been in the league for a while. He's a seasoned veteran. He's been around a bit. So in a way, honestly, everybody kind of, hey, listen, bro, I've been traded many times. This is your first time. You know what I mean? Help me be better. And then you know what? God forbid I mess up. At least you'll be ready to step up. Don't make the same mistakes I made. You know what I mean? But the way I look at it is it's like, you know what, prove it to me. And if none of them can hold it, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have a low ranking seed. Guess what's next year? Next year, I could see Arch Manning coming in the draft.
Uh
Julian
oh.
Sayin. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of people you want to start a franchise and say, we're going to build around this guy. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
So
But when you have a
what's
person
your
like Marvin Harrison, you know what I mean, in that team, I do think that the price that they would want for him would be a little high. You know what I mean? So at most, I could see maybe a second round this year and a third
so
round next year,
so
just to
Marvin
get.
Harrison is on the trade blocks? You're telling me
No, not Marvin Harrison. I'm talking about Anthony Richardson.
Anthony.
Because Anthony
So you're
Richardson,
still on
Anthony,
number four. So give me number five then. What's your fifth one? Your final one?
my final one.
Yeah.
Ooh, my
Because
final
remember, we got
one
to
is.
keep the segment kind of like within the time frame of 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it would have been 20 to 30 minutes if someone's phone didn't ring.
So I was gonna say, give me your other your final prediction or rumors that you think, and then we can go into your top five free agent signing.
My next prediction for a trade is honestly involving another tight end, and that is Mark Andrews, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. I can see him getting traded and
Yeah,
going to the
that's actually
Giants.
that's a good point too because they still is likely still there.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so yeah, I could see that definitely happening.
You know what I mean? But you got to look at this too. There's been many times that, like, what was it? The AFC Championship game a couple years back, he dropped the pass,
Yeah,
and it
I
would
do
have
remember.
basically won the
That's
game.
good you brought that.
You know,
That's
you know what I mean? So it's like, man, dude, yeah, you're gonna pat him on the back, but we don't need you to. We need you to play your game and do what you can do during the regular season. But we need you to be that same person in the postseason. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about it. He's getting older. John Harbaugh was the one who drafted him. I could definitely see that happening, where he's like, dude, I don't have many tight ends here in at the Giants facility. You know what I mean? So you know what? Let's go ahead and get this guy. Let's bring him down here. He's a veteran. You know what I mean? Have him plug in. If anything, he'll play second string and maybe earn his starting spot. But come on now. You know what I mean? If anything can happen.
all right. So now let me hear your top five free agent signing, and then I'll let you get on your way.
All right. First and foremost, I'm gonna start from five all the way up to number one. Okay. So number five, at number five, is edge rusher, former Denver Bronco, Bradley Chubb signed a 3 year, $43.5 million deal with $29 million guaranteed to the Buffalo Bills. What was Buffalo Bills'
Man,
problem when they
Buffalo
versus the
Bills is
Denver
stacking
Broncos?
up this year
All
early.
right, the way the Buffalo Bills lost last year, what was the problem? Okay, besides the interception that they think that wasn't an
The
interception.
corner and
All right,
the defensive line.
It's the defensive line. They got Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa couldn't handle it. He couldn't hack it. Too old, too big. I don't know what the heck his issue is. Maybe he's on too much steroids. Way I look at it is you bring in an edge rush like Bradley Chubbs, who's a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, all right, that just got laid off from the Dolphins because they're rebuilding and they needed to make money. This guy's going to cash out. He's going to a playoff contender in the Bills, okay? That's a playoff contender. You know
Yeah,
what?
with
That's
Josh
Josh
Allen,
Allen.
it
That's a
doesn't seem
guarantee
that.
I'm going to the playoffs, okay? Just do your right game. I signed a big deal. I'm most likely going to be the starter. So that's number 5, okay? All right, I'm moving on. Number 4, okay? This is Malik Willis, okay? I thought it was a great pickup. Dolphins picking up their future quarterback. He's earned it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I expected him to go to either the Raiders or to the Arizona Cardinals. But you know what? Miami Dolphins and their new head coach, they like Malik Willis. I give him the flowers. Signed a 3-year, $76.5 million deal with $45 million guarantee. Willis and deals includes $22.5 million signing bonus and a $2 million March 2028 roster bonus with a $2.5 million 2028 salary. So he was going to be making some money. He earned it. He did his thing. All right. Moving on to number 3. Okay, number 3 is hold up. Number 3, edge rush, Boye Mafe. Okay, signed a 3-year, $60 million deal to the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, you lose your boy, your edge rush, right? You lose him. He goes to the Baltimore Ravens because the trade fell through at Max Crosby. So you need to get that edge handled, right? So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get Boye Mafe, proven veteran, knows how to get after the rush. I think a lot of people don't look at him the way I do, but he's a good player and he is a team captain. So you know what? I think the Bengals are basically saying, "Hey, listen, man, we need to get better on defense because Joe Burrow is not happy." And I'm not gonna lie, if they don't make it to the playoffs this season, I don't see Joe Burrow wanting to stay there. We're at a point where he might ask for a trade.
Right. So true. No, you're very accurate, and I like the information that you have, and this is why I wanted you to go ahead and give us the news and update. We might have to do this on a weekly basis, Diggs. What else do you have for me? What? That's 2 already. So you got 3 more left, and then
No,
we're
no,
done.
I'm on number 3 right now.
All right, what you got?
I'm looking my notes up. There's a bunch of notes over here on my phone.
You're
Hold
right.
on.
You're right.
All right, here. Number 3, defensive lineman John Franklin Myers, aka JFM, former Denver Bronco. He signed a 3-year, $63 million deal with $42 million guaranteed to possibly potentially be the starting defensive lineman for the Tennessee Titans. I like this get so much. This guy was number 3 on my team with sack and quarterback pressures. He's really, really good. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it came down to the money, and I think that's the main reason he left my team. But I think this is a great get for the Tennessee Titans. You know what I mean? Bolster up that kind of that defense because yes, they have those veteran leadership in the defensive side. They really do. You know what I mean? Then they go out and they get a decent wide receiver in Wandell Robinson. You know what I mean? Really great, quarterback in Ward. But the problem he had was you didn't have that many people to throw to. Lockett, no disrespect to him, he's old. I'm sorry to say it. You need someone that's a little younger, okay? That can take a hit. You know what I mean? You take a hit, you get out for the season, it's a done deal. They worked on their offensive line. They got a bunch of offensive line guys. So all you need to do at that point is you get Jermaine Johnson the second from the New York Jets. And then on top of that, you go ahead and sign JFM. Come on now, dude. This defense is probably going to be top 10, guaranteed.
Okay. Okay. Keep the ball rolling.
All right? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I can't believe I put this at my number 2 spot. Okay, but it's true. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs signing the reigning MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker III. He signed a 3-year deal worth $45 million with $28.7 million guaranteed, and he most likely is now the new starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this get was a great get compared to their running game last season because usually the running game was pretty explosive. Okay, but you know what? They lost their running back. He wasn't really that good. He didn't sign another deal this season. He ended up going to a different team. So the way I look at it is you need to get another running back to support Patrick Mahomes so that way he doesn't have to throw the ball 50 times a game. Okay? But you go out, you get a guy like him, a slasher like Kenneth
Right.
Walker. Dude, it makes me upset knowing they're in my division.
I understand. I understand. And what's your last and final one? And I got some. news and updates, then we'll go ahead and get off here.
Okay. All right. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, while we're waiting, I want to say R.I.P. to William Reed. He was a American professional basketball player for the New York Knicks. He passed away today. And also, rest in peace to boxing legend George Foreman. He also passed away today. So I just wanted to put that out there while we're waiting on the information from Diggs. So R.I.P. George Foreman and R.I.P. Mr. Willis.
R.I.P. 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 All right. Here it is. Number one. Linebacker Devin Lloyd. He signed with the Panthers on a 3-year, $45 million, $25 guaranteed. Devin Lloyd is a great, great linebacker. I loved him when he was in the draft, and I loved him for his former teams. But for the Carolina Panthers going out, this just tells me they needed to boost their defense. You know what I mean? They got a decent quarterback. They got a decent wideout group. I do definitely believe they should have traded for DJ Moore before he got traded to a different team, going to that different team. But you know what can you do, right? You know what I mean? But number one on my list, 100%. I don't have any regrets with this pick, Devin Lloyd.
Interesting. Over the Walker going to Kansas City trade? I mean
Yes, I
signing?
do actually. Yes, 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 I
And you
do.
didn't even mention Dobbs again. You still didn't mention Dobbs in the free agent signing. I thought that was a big deal for me.
Well, that's because you're a Packers fan.
Maybe
And last time
so.
I checked, I am 2-0 against you. Not only from when we knew each other, which is pretty recent, right? But I did destroy you in the Super Bowl too. Drop Mike. Drop
You didn't
Mike.
destroy me in the Super Bowl, bro. I forfeited that pick. I was
You,
we already won
bro,
the
bro.
season, and
I'm
then
not talking about the pick, bro. I'm talking about the Super Bowl, the actual Super
oh,
Bowl.
bro, come
I
on, bro.
beat
That was
you.
when I was
I
I was
beat you. I don't give a
I
damn. I
didn't even
am
know how
2
to
and
talk
0.
proper English yet, bro. Come
2
on,
2 2 and
man.
0. 2 and 0. 2 and 0. It's okay. Don't worry.
And
I,
now
I,
I know
I, I,
proper English, nigga. So it's what it is. But anyway,
hey, stand up straight when you talking to me, bro.
so thanks for coming on the show, Diggs. Thank you for the news and the updates. We need you on the show. So next time, well, you good as long as you turn in your picks in. But whenever you're available, man, just make sure you can catch Diggs on the show when he's available. We might be doing this
Apologies.
frequently. I think I kind of like this. Maybe give some NFL news and updates on the offseason when the NBA I
Well,
might
come
have
on now.
TJ doing.
Listen, chat. Everyone knows what the best teams in the league are, okay? It's the Denver Broncos and the Nuggets, okay? So don't let my other hosts tell you otherwise, okay? I'm telling you the truth, okay? It's the best team in the league, okay?
Packer Nation, Laker Nation, USC Trojans, all day, man. That's all I'm about to say about that. Diggs, thanks for coming on, man. Great
Oh,
job.
yeah.
I might have you do this again next week, man, if we have any more news and updates. So keep your notes ready and let me know when you're ready. We're going to give them some more news and updates in the NFL. And I might have Tristan do it for the NBA when the
Sounds
off
great.
season approaches. All right?
Sounds perfect.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man. See you later.
See you later.